Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome you all for our meditation workshop. And especially, I'd like to introduce you Bhante Pema, the abbot of the Buddhist Center in Natrona Heights. Today, Bhante Pema is going to help me and to show you this workshop, and we will start to talk about this session. Mainly, we are going to focus our attention to few different areas in our workshop, especially how how we prepare for meditation, and also what are the what different types of meditation, and also we are going to talk about the challenges in our meditation. What sort of challenges are we going through, and also the how to overcome the so-called challenges that we are facing. So mainly we are going to discuss all those areas, and also we are going to do a small guided meditation
towards the end. If we have time, towards
if
the
we
end.
have time. Yes, Bante, so
Thank you,
welcome for our session, and please, let's start.
Let's
And
start.
do you have anything to tell them?
No, I'm.
And Bhante Pema, you know, we are giving this workshop for the Fox Chapel Library Meditation Group. You have been there.
I've been there a few times. So I appreciate the library for
Yes.
giving that space for people to practice.
That's
and of
right,
course
yeah.
these days we cannot use that space, but I appreciate people continue to practice through online.
Online,
Yes.
Yes, and so we will start.
Yes. Okay, Bhante, yeah.
So first we will talk, Bante, how do we prepare for meditation? How
Yes,
do we
Bhante.
prepare? That means actually what sort of physical preparation, and what sort of preparation in our environment,
Yeah.
and what sort of what sort of mental preparation do we need for this?
Yes, but it's a very important issue. Preparation is very important.
Yes.
For meditation. In order to have really, a deep meditation, preparation is the key. So we can, as Bhante mentioned, we can divide our preparation into few sections. Like one can be like preparation of the environment. Yeah. So is we need to like find a nice space, nice corner that is less cluttered, and also hopefully not much distractions or disturbances. Of course, in Seeger Cooper and Cooper Seeger Library had a nice space. But if you want to meditate at home anywhere, Place is important. Not only silent place, but also place that is uncluttered.
Ah,
Yeah, like because it can be a quiet room, but inside, if the inside room is like cluttered, and it influences the mind. So it's better
that
to
means a
have
very clean
clean.
and
Yeah, very simple,
very
very
simple.
simple, clean. Even like a simple corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, eventually we will develop our ability to meditate even in the middle of a crowd or even in the train station. But in the
But
beginning,
that
for
is
us to
yeah.
train, we need a conducive environment. So arranging a place,
Uh-huh.
quiet, simple place is important. And the second one is, I think, as Bante mentioned, preparing the body. Uh, so preparing the body. Mainly, also also have to think about the eating.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you are too hungry,
Uh-huh.
then it's quite difficult to
To
settle.
draw your attention and settle. Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
And
And-
also, just after eating, also not suitable for meditation. Of course, there's a type of meditation we can do, what you call walking meditation.
Uh-huh.
So
we are going to talk
about that
later. Yes,
later.
but,
Yeah. So we need to adjust the eating and eating time, and because usually people meditate in the evening, so that's close to their dinner time.
Uh-huh.
So they have to give enough space between the meal and the meditation,
Uh-huh.
either before the meal,
Uh-huh.
and of course you should not be hungry,
Mhm.
and not to do meditation just after the meal. Maybe giving some space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one will be when they also the clothings, it's
Uh-huh.
good to have simple, relaxed clothing, not really tight clothes. The relaxed clothes also important. And then of course, how to relax the body. Yeah,
Sit.
sit. Yeah, I mean if we can do some stretch
Uh-huh.
before sitting,
Some kind of yoga.
some yoga movements and some stretch.
Actually, we do very simple yogic postures, movements
In the
at the
library.
library, so
Yeah.
they remember that.
Yeah.
I think they are very helpful. Yes. But
Yes. So before we sit for meditation, doing some stretch, some yoga postures and yoga movements are going to help. That's a good preparation.
Okay.
And then the most important part will be like preparing the body to sit for meditation. Of course, meditation can be done in all four postures.
Yeah.
Standing, we can do it, and walking, we can do meditation. Even lying down, we can do meditation as long as we don't fall asleep.
Okay.
And then, of course, sitting.
Or we can say until we fall asleep.
Yeah,
Because I mean, the lying down means
Yeah.
if you are getting ready to sleep, still you are twisting back and forth, and then you can do a short meditation
just
instead
before the
of
sleep.
being worried about the sleepless night. Yeah.
Yeah, so just
So-
before the sleep, even on the bed, we can
That's right.
do a
Yeah.
meditation. But if you want
So
to, if you want
in
to
all
explain-
different four postures, you can practice some sort of meditation.
yeah.
But mainly we emphasize the sitting meditation.
Yeah,
Is that
because
right?
if you want to experience deeper level of calmness,
Uh-huh.
then sitting is important.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, walking meditation, we can develop mindfulness,
Uh-huh.
our ability to be in the moment.
Some people,
and then,
yes, Bhante, go ahead,
yeah,
please.
but if you want to experience deeper calmness,
Uh-huh.
they're like going beyond the mindfulness,
Okay.
but deeper stillness and calmness, then we need to find a comfortable way to sit.
Uh-huh.
Because it will take time, so the calmness doesn't come at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bhante, I have seen in a lot of meditation sessions that some people want to sit on the floor, or some in the cushion, but it is not easy for them. So today I need some instructions, especially when if you really want to sit on the floor, on the cushion on the floor, how can you sit in a comfortable posture in there?
Yeah.
And also, if my body is not ready to sit in this kind of very stiff
Typical.
type of posture, then how can I sit on the chair?
Chair, yeah.
So I think
I think the
Bhante,
most typical way people meditate is sitting on the cushion and the floor.
Mhm.
But I think what we need to realize that what's really important is not how we keep our legs, because people pay too much attention to legs. So what's really important is how we keep our upper body,
Okay.
because in meditation we need to maintain the natural shape of our spine. And if you know the natural shape of our spine, we have a lumbar curve in the bottom of our lower back. So that curve will go like this, and then we have opposite curves in the middle, and then we have again similar curve near the neck. So that three curves.
Okay.
So we need to maintain that natural shape of the spine, because when we maintain that shape of the spine, and then and touching our sit bones, and then we can actually let our bones to carry the weight of the body. So therefore, it doesn't matter how you keep your legs.
Okay.
It is how you keep your upper body. So if you are like sitting on a cushion is helpful for us to keep that shape of the spine, then we can sit on the cushion. Or sitting on the bench can help us to maintain that posture, we can sit on the bench. Or sitting on a chair, if the sitting on a chair can help us to maintain that posture, we can choose that. So I think we need to focus, we need to shift our attention from legs to upper body. That's the key, is to keep the upper body, the natural shape of the spine, because then we can relax all the muscles in the upper body and then go into deeper stillness.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can show them few ways to sit.
Actually, we can show them how to sit on the cushion,
First,
and also how to sit on a bench,
bench, yeah,
and also how to sit on
on a chair. Yes. Okay.
Okay, Bhante.
Can we start with the question then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can be the dummy, and you can.
Yeah. Okay.
use
So Bhante, can
me.
you come to the middle, right? So,
Okay.
So when we want to sit on a cushion to meditate, it's important to sit at the edge of the cushion, because our purpose is to let our both knees go and touch the floor. That's our eventual goal. Therefore, it's important to sit at the front edge of the cushion.
Like this.
Like the a little bit like this. Not all the way, but you have to give some support. Yes, some support. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not because not all the way to the back, but to the front edge. So that's important. And then of course, then we need to think about the spine, how we can create the natural shape of the spine. So we need to make sure that we create the curve in the lower back, the lumbar curve. So we can give a little push and then create that curve. And once you create that curve, it's already give you some kind of stability. But what's happened usually when we create the curve in our lower back, we tighten our upper body. We tighten our shoulders. Like when you create that, we kind of tighten our upper body. So we need to purposely drop our shoulders and relax. So we can open our chest a little bit, and then we can let our shoulders drop without changing the shape of the spine in the lower back.
What I feel, Bhante, when I am sitting on the cushion, on the front edge of the cushion, that my lower back. Actually, I'm not purposely creating that.
Automatically created, right?
Curve, yeah.
So I think there's also a way to keep the legs that will help us to maintain that shape. So usually when we sit on the cushion, we keep our legs one over the other.
Like this.
Like this, So because if you keep like that, it's maybe comfortable in the beginning, but later, because it touches each other,
pressure.
Yeah, you can create pressure. So instead of crossing the leg like that, we will try to keep one leg over here, another leg over here. So not really touching, not really crossing each other like this, but actually sitting next to each other. So that's the way we can create it. So Bhante, so we can. Some people like to keep the right leg inside
Mhm.
and left outside, and some people
Okay.
have to keep left inside and right outside. So we need to experiment, what is best for us.
Okay.
Yeah, Bante, how do you keep which one?
I like to keep
Keep the
my
left leg inside.
inside, yeah.
So we can bring one leg inside.
Okay,
Yeah,
like this.
like this.
And
Yeah. And then actually then we need to remember to open our hips as much as possible. The more we open the hips, it's easier for us to bring our keep our legs
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, that's very good. So if you think about like our legs like V
Mm.
shape, right? So if the V is close to each other, it's difficult to bring the legs together.
Okay.
So if you open it more, and then we can bring the legs together. So I think So now Bante is keeping your left leg inside, and
Yeah.
then your right leg just coming in, resting over here.
Yeah,
next to
not
each other.
not each on,
No,
on the
not
top
crossing.
of the, no.
Yeah, not crossing each other.
Yeah.
So it's not really
And
cross
it is
leg.
really help.
Yeah.
Easy, but
Easy, yeah.
yeah, no any pain,
Pain
and yeah, no any pressure on there.
Yeah, this is wonderful, Bante. I can see you are very stable,
Uh-huh.
comfortable, right? Yeah, and they can relax. Yeah.
Then how can we keep the?
So then we
Some
can.
people used to keep
Yeah,
their.
mainly you should be able to relax, right? So
Okay.
we need to we just simply have to let our hands, relax completely. So either we can choose to rest our palms on our knees
like
and like this, like downwards. So some people like to do it in kind of mudras and other
Okay.
things. So if they
depends
want to do
on
it,
their
they can do it.
interest,
But we focus more on relaxation.
yeah. Okay.
So we can rest our palms on our knee
on our
and
knee,
simply
or-
let our hands like sink into our knee, like it's relaxing completely. No effort at all to keep our
Okay.
hand. Like we simply let the hands simply be there and like let it sink there, like like a lifeless log lying there. So even that kind of relaxation of the hands. Or we can bring our hands to the middle and keeping the left hand on the top of the right hand, and in that way we can actually put our
Left
two thumbs.
hand on the top of the right hand.
Yes. No, right hand on the top of the left hand.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Right hand on the top of the left hand, and we can use our two thumbs to touch together
Like this.
like this. So touching together like this. So in
Like-
that way, so
like this.
usually
Okay, I can turn this side.
yeah. Now we can turn this side. It depends. Let's say some days our mind is so agitated, we need more relaxation. Okay, so then we need to relax everything. But some days we are too relaxed, we tend to fall sleepy. So in those days, we can actually try to keep our two thumbs together like this,
Okay.
as a
Touching each
marker,
other.
touching each other as a marker. Because the moment we start to fall asleep, or maybe our mind is wandering, we can see these two thumbs are like disconnecting.
Or like that.
So it can be like an indication, indication whether we are like in the meditation or not. So we can use that also.
And Bante, do you have any special type of awareness for our head and the chin or the neck?
Yes, I think it is a very good point, Bante, because we have a big weight in our skull, in our head. So we need to balance that weight. We need to we need to let that weight flow through the spine. So therefore it's very important to keep our chin somewhat parallel with the earth. So if our head is a little bit down like this, and eventually with the law of the gravity we will go down like this, and it's difficult. So
and also it's a sleepy type of work.
yeah. So maintaining our chin somewhat parallel with the earth, and then balancing and it's like if I draw a line like this, right across your ear, I can see it's going right nicely and going all the way to your sit bones. It's like a line of gravity.
Uh-huh.
So if you maintain that head posture and the natural shape of the spine, we can find that line of gravity, and we will feel less weight of the body as a result.
Yeah. Now actually, Bante, it is very comfortable.
And comfortable. Yes. So some people cannot really open their hips like this.
Uh-huh.
So in that situation, they can actually use the cushion,
Uh-huh.
and instead of sitting like this, they can actually put the cushion in between their legs, like this, in between their legs, and then put their feet from knee all the way behind. Let me show them. So we take the cushion, we turn it around, we turn it straight, and then put in between.
This one is tight a little bit, so I can use that. Yeah.
So, and then we put our legs like this.
Okay.
And so the one advantage of this posture is that our natural shape of the spine is easily gained like this. So like putting our feet like this, so we can feel the comfort. But some people may have again problem in this posture because they may have pains in their ankle over here.
Okay.
So in that case, they may need some towels or something that they can roll,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can put in between the
Okay.
floor and the ankle. Yes. So maybe we can also show them.
Can I try, do we have
Yes.
time back there? Yeah.
We can also try that. Yes. Let me bring. So you can show them your leg. Your legs are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
let's-
feel that much pressure on my ankles.
Yeah, but some people,
Yeah,
So
sometimes.
if they have, they can put something over here,
Okay.
some
Okay.
towel or something. Yeah.
And yeah, it is
Yeah.
also comfortable.
Comfortable.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is also wonderful, Bante. This bench.
Wow.
Yeah, just like we use the cushion, we can use this bench. And
If how can we find this kind of cushions?
unfortunately, we don't really sell anything. Yeah, I think best way to find is internet.
Okay. Oh.
Yes. And so the bench is also very good. So in that way, so we can see the bench has a little slant over here.
May I sit
Yes, Bante. So you have to come to the front.
this way
other
or
way.
other way?
Okay, Niyamani, yeah.
Okay.
So if you are sitting on that side, so we have to remember that the bench is going like this. So again, we put in between your legs and your butt,
Like this.
like this. Okay, so we can create the curve of the spine, and also Bante, can maybe let us maybe move over here if they can see clearly. Okay. Yeah. So this is his foot. His feet is here, in like coming from through the bench, and he's sitting like this.
Yeah, it is also very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So these are the. Of course, now we can move to the other option, Bante. The chair.
Uh-huh.
This will be. This will help so many people also. So we can use the chair also, just like in the case of the
Usually we sit on the chair like this.
like this, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it will be comfortable in the beginning, but just like in the case of cushion, even when we use chair, we want to sit not all the way down. Actually, we want to go to the front of the chair a little bit, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this.
Maybe you can come a little bit, it depends on the, yes, like this. You can go, yeah. But the only thing is that, we don't need support to our upper back.
You
Because-
mean I'm not?
Yeah. Because the moment we have some support in the upper back, there's a high possibility that we will fall sleepy. And so therefore we don't need any support for our upper back. So sitting on the front edge, not really the front edge, but not coming all the way down, but giving that kind of space. And then right here, so your legs are gently going down, and then we can create the inner arch of the lower back, and create that inner arch of the lower back, and then of course purpose relaxing the shoulders and bringing the head a little bit up, and then and find that keeping that natural shape, the spine right here in the chair. So you can see it's not really using the back support, but if usually even the back support is slanted, it's not really giving us the ability to relax. Use the doesn't this way. This angle doesn't help us to release the weight of the body through the spine. So, but in this way, you can see, and if I draw a line, you can see the line of gravity. His sit bone is touching the chair, surface of the chair, so he can distribute the weight of his body evenly through, and then the weight of the body will travel through the spine and all the way to the hip bones, and then he can feel less weight of the body because of this posture. And if people can actually, if they like, they can use some support to the lower back, like this. Some, not all the way. Yes. So having a support to the lower back is okay. It's okay, but not to the upper back. So this will be a nice way to sit for meditation.
It is very comfortable.
Very comfortable, right? Yeah. Having some back support to the lower back. So it can relax, some tension that we may develop because now we have used to keep our spine like C shape like this, Bhante.
Oh yeah.
And it's now keeping the natural shape can be a little bit tense for some people, but that is the healthiest way to sit, and also the way to relax the body, in muscles completely. But so having this kind of support is going to be helpful. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
We talk about a lot about our postures and how to.
Let's see whether they have any questions.
Yeah, then we can. Yeah, but.
Yeah. Okay.
And we will.
Yeah, friends, do you have any questions? Anyone has any questions so far? Kristen, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Kristen, do you have any question? Okay. Okay, never mind. So you can unmute your microphone and ask a question if you like to ask. People who are joining through Zoom, they can unmute their microphone and ask the questions.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Kristen. Yes.
It's so good to see you both.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate this. Let's see.
Do you have any question about the posture?
About the posture. Yeah. Well, if I'm sitting in the chair, how much weight should be through my feet? Or should my feet just be light, or should I be leaning enough
you have to give your whole weight from. We have to let our weight of the body flow through the butt and relax the leg.
And also, you are not just hanging your leg.
No. Yeah, you touch, you place.
You have to touch on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're because I'm short. Then that's often a challenge for me to
So
get
you
it
have
out.
to find a
chair.
proper posture.
Yeah, proper height.
Right. So
Yeah,
I have to come farther forward in the chair in order to get weight into
If
my
you
feet.
come forward a little bit.
Yeah, so you can come to the forward, and then we can let the legs
And
evenly touching on the floor. Like we don't want to cross our legs,
Right.
like going down, but we simply want to let both feet touching the floor evenly. So maybe we can find something to support your lower back.
Right. I would need something a lot thicker because then the distance between
Yeah.
my butt and the
Yeah.
But I usually try to sit on the floor.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel it's the best. I like to get the feeling of having almost like a triangle shape between my butt being one point of the triangle and my knees kind of being the other. That gives me a better feeling for my meditation.
Definitely, yeah.
When I do that.
Yeah, I think for women it may be easier to sit on the floor. Yeah, because the hips are wider than men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so then we can move to the other
Yes,
part.
Bhante, actually our time is running very fast. So then Bhante, at the beginning you mentioned that we have different types of meditation. Can you just a little bit explain very briefly?
Yes, Bhante.
What type of meditation that we can do in our in daily?
Yes, but when we typically do meditation, in Sikha Cooper Segal
yeah.
Library, I'm sorry, Cooper Segal Library, we usually do either loving kindness meditation or meditation on breathing.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
But actually, when we receive the bigger space downstairs, I used to ask the people, we'll practice walking
meditation.
What do you think about?
Yeah, I think so walking meditation is one popular. I mean, not like most practice meditation, because if you are in a retreat and we need to alternate sitting meditation and walking meditation, so do kind of balance, and in walking meditation, it's a very good practice to develop mindfulness, because it's just an activity. So we keep our hands, resting on the front of the body, and then we gaze our eyes about 5-6 feet ahead of us, and then we find a passage
5-6
feet ahead of us, and simply like gazing without really looking at anything, and then we gently walk and paying full attention to the sensation of the feet. And then in the beginning, we try to walk in a slower pace so we can catch all the sensations. So we can walk back and forth, we can walk in a circle, and so in doing that, we can develop mindfulness, like ability, like to feel the moment, how we move our legs. So that's one way, one meditation, walking meditation is a mindfulness training. And of course, we can use other for any other forms of activities also as a form of mindfulness training. Like even
you mean, Bhante, when you do your activity, whatever activities, that you can use it as a meditation.
Meditation, yeah, maybe
like gardening.
Yes, yeah, even gardening, and even the sometimes even difficult things like folding the clothes. So the folding the clothes could be like little bit a boring thing for people. But if you really bring your whole attention, mindfulness to your hands and how you touch the clothes and what you feel in your hands, and paying attention to that sensation and just being there, being in that moment and doing that activity with full attention, can be a form of mindfulness meditation. So we can convert any daily activity, even like washing dishes, to be a mindfulness training. But those activities will help us to train mindfulness. But then we also need to develop what you call stillness or tranquility or concentration. That's another ability in the mind that is really needed for us to develop wisdom. So then, of course, we will sit, or we will come to a very standstill position, and then we need to find an object.
Okay.
So then, based on the object, we have different meditations. The famous one is the breathing and the paying attention to the breath and using the breath as an anchor. So we keep paying attention to the breath. But there are also other objects that we can use. Sometimes we can use certain wholesome emotions, like loving kindness. And so we generate the loving kindness feeling, the emotion, that we try to pay attention to that, and we try to grow that emotion. We try to be around that emotion. So the wholesome emotion become the object of meditation. And similarly, we can also use some other themes, particularly the themes that will help us to correct our misunderstanding. For example, we can have we can have misunderstanding about the life, not really understand the true nature of the life. So in order for us to correct our misunderstanding, we also have meditations like meditation on death. It's a very positive meditation. It may sound like a negative meditation, but like contemplating the vulnerability, contemplating the fragility of the life, and contemplating the universal nature of the death. Everything that has arisen is passing away, and every person who has been born will die. And I have been born, I'm dying, I'm definitely will die. And every moment there's a death happening, like arising and passing away. So focusing on that theme.
Okay. The
natural thing, and then reflecting it again and again is also a form of meditation. That is mainly to develop our wisdom, mainly to correct our misunderstanding. So we call it meditation on death. And also we can also contemplate on different parts of the body, because we tend to take our body as or one single solid thing. And then whenever we think about the body, we don't really feel the body as it is. We have an image of the body. So and then we either cling to it, we either become resentful to it, and if our body is not in the shape that we want it to be, so we can develop resentments, all kinds of things, because we tend to take our body as a one solid thing.
Okay.
So in order but in reality, this is not one single solid thing, So although we use a noun as a body, it is not one thing. It's an organism. It's
and bunch of activities.
It's a lot of activities going on. A lot of organs are working, and they're all working in harmony together. It's more like a community working in harmony. So therefore, we also have a meditation called contemplating on the 32 parts of the body. So there are standard 32 items. I mean, there could be so many, organs and parts in the body, but we can easily identify mainly 32 parts. So there's a form of meditation called the body meditation. Mainly, we remember the 32 main parts of the body, and then mentally recite those parts like lungs. You acknowledge the existence of the lungs, and you go to heart, and you go to
even the
stomach,
inner
parts, and also then after you finish the main like kidneys, you go to all these items, and then you go to other like blood, liquid blood, flow, all other things, and then you go to like bones, and so you kind of acknowledge all these different parts of the body. And then you identify, you kind of understand this body as a community and working together. So you create a clearer, the more deep understanding about the body. So that's called the body meditation, maybe 32 parts of meditation. And also then we also have some other meditation specifically aim to focus and develop our concentration. Like we can use a visual image. We can use a candle, or maybe we can use a color patch, or we can use a water ball. So that becomes a focus of attention. So it is open eye meditation. You kind of place that candle in front of us, or maybe water ball in front of us, or maybe crystal ball, whatever, and then we pay attention to that. It may be color patch, and we pay attention to that long enough, and then when you close our eyes, we can really see that image in our mind, and then we use that image as a point of focus, and then we try like the breath, but we try to keep paying attention to that object. That is mainly to help our mind to be focused.
So
there are different ways.
But
I think when it comes to practical life, but really helpful for our living. I think loving kindness and breathing can be the best. I think that is why we have chosen those two to teach. Right?
And also in breathing meditation, we practice mindfulness. So you can do the walking meditation to improve the mindfulness. And also any activities that you are doing, you can bring your attention and do attentively and with the full awareness. Okay, thank you so much, Bhante. And then we will a little bit talk about challenges that we can even discuss with the people. And actually they have there are different challenges in their meditation. Sometimes we can talk out, and also you can just briefly explain in your experience or whatever.
Maybe we can ask them, what are the common challenges that our friends they experience in meditation. Can you share with us what are the main challenges that you encounter in your own meditation practice? Would you like to share with us, what are the main challenges that you experience in your practice?
And also, Bhante, don't you think that right now.
Right
we can,
now, yeah, maybe
can-
we can do a short meditation
and then we
and
can
see.
notice what
Yeah.
sort of difficulties.
Okay, here we can. Okay, let's do this. You know, we will sit for maybe how around 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, we will sit for 3 minutes without much guidance, right, Bante?
Yeah.
Without much guidance, we will sit for 3 minutes. So we will try to pay attention to our breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let us spend 3 minutes. Spend 3 minutes, and our goal is to pay attention to our breath. And let's see whether we can pay attention to our breath. And you know, our goal is that we want to feel the breath as clearly as we can. Just be with the breath, and then of course, you will not be able to do it throughout 3 minutes. So then, and then remember what disturbed your meditation, or what was your distractions, and so we can discuss techniques to overcome them. And so we want to hear your experience. Let's see what will how long you can be in your breath. So our purpose here is not to really be successful in the meditation. Our purpose here is to identify the challenges, identify distractions. So let's try to do that. Okay, so be open to challenges and remember those challenges so we can discuss techniques to overcome them later. Okay, let us sit for 3 minutes meditation. So listen to the sound. So bring your whole attention to this moment and feel your body, how it is sitting here now. And then gently, when we are paying attention to the body, how our body is sitting, we can identify, we can feel the breath happening in the body. Let us try to feel that breath. Feel the in-breath, how it goes in, filling the lungs, and feel the sensation of the out-breath. Let us try to be with this breath for the next 3 minutes. And while we are doing this, there could be so many instances where your attention is broken. Your focus is disturbed. Remember what things will disturb or will distract your attention from the breath. Remember those distractions. Our goal is to identify them, and we will discuss the techniques later. Okay, friends. Now we can gently come out of the meditation, and you may have already experienced, challenges. You have direct experience
Right now.
right now. So, would you like to share with us what was your challenges? Let's discuss. Each challenge, each distraction has a technique to deal with them. So, if you present a challenge, we can discuss the techniques to deal with them. Okay. So, what is your challenge? Yes, Christine?
Okay. I don't know how many people are in this meeting or if other people are muted. I don't want to dominate it.
Yeah, we have few through. I mean, we are streaming this from YouTube and also from Zoom. So yeah, you can ask. Yeah, and that will benefit others also.
Okay. Well, there are three things that I noticed. One is sometimes I'm distracted because I feel like I'm starting to slump in my posture. The second one is sometimes my mind wanders to, maybe what I'm going to be doing after this, and and then the third thing is I'm aware of bodily things like maybe my eye was itching, things like that. So those are my three things.
Okay. These are very common challenges. Yeah. I think maybe we can talk about that posture. I mean, you feel like you are like going. Your posture is changing, right?
Right.
So I think being aware of that is not a distraction, right, Bandi? Being aware of the posture. So if you realize that it's going down, it's like we are already mindful about that. So you can mindfully bring it back and then create that posture. And of course, we have to think, later, exactly whether you are place your cushion right, in a way, right, and, we can do some adjustment there. But, the being aware of the outline of the body, the posture, is not a distraction. So that means we have been mindful. That is why she was able to see that the body is changing the posture. Then usually what happens that people don't even see it, and without their knowing, it's kind of slanted, and then later they fall sleepy. I mean, they feel sleepy. Yeah.
So you better to bring back.
Yeah. So first it is a detect. Being aware that posture it's not the way we started,
and very gently, slowly bring back to that.
And then reestablish oneself. So that adjusting the posture is not a distraction. It's a continuation of the mindfulness. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Makes me feel better.
Yes. And you talk about the sensations, and that is common also, like itch sensations, and also some kind of even some pain.
And sometimes numbness on the legs. Because of sitting posture.
Yeah. All different sensations can arise during meditation. I think the problem is that normal usual life, whenever we have a sensation, we are very quickly we want to react to that, right? If it is a discomfort, we want to change. And if it is an itch, we want to itch. So we have an inbuilt system that we quickly want to react. So in meditation, what we can do, like changing this whole pattern of quickly reacting, even without experiencing it, right? So what can happen in meditation? What we can do? One technique to deal with itchiness and even some subtle discomfort, because there will be some discomfort all the time, but we can adjust our body and try to find the good posture.
Oh, that's why we were talking about the posture.
But it is possible that we can have some discomfort, and then so one time we need to create a different relationship with those things. So in the one technique we can use is that let's say we are doing a breathing meditation, or maybe we are doing loving kindness meditation, and we have itchiness or pain. We try to keep staying in our main object and disregarding whatever happening over there. But if the itch is really coming, disturbing us, and then what we can do, actually, we can temporarily move from the breath to the itch. Then itch become our object of meditation. And the pain, like a discomfort, pain is a true strong word.
We switch our attention
for temporary.
We switch.
Temporarily we switch, and we leave the breath, and we move to the itch, and we move to the discomfort, and then that becomes the object. So what we want to do is not to like create any resentment towards that. We want to like exploit. Okay, let me understand. Let me fully explore, feel what this itch is, what the discomfort is. Not really avoiding it and not really rejecting it, but actually fully exploring it. So if it is an itch, for example, if it is really disturbing, if it's normal itch, you disregard, be with the breath. But if it is really strong itch, you moving from the breath to the itch and closely pay attention to that whole area. And if it's a pain, knee somewhere, you pay attention to that area. And you really would experience how it's really occurring. Is it continuous? Is it on and off? Is it becoming in a linear way? Or is it becoming in a circular way? So much detail we can explore. The moment we start to explore, the discomfort that it will be like some, sensation, but it will not really difficult to bear. The moment we open ourselves and ready to explore. So if it's the itch, we can explore that itch is temporary. So we can explore that whole sensation, where exactly it's happening. We pay close attention. We can see it's building up. It will come to kind of peak, almost like our hand is moving to scratch it, but we maintain the awareness. And once we reach the peak, and then we can see it's slowing down. It's kind of, power is losing. And then it just, it will go down and out. After a while, there's no itch there.
Then you can bring your awareness
back to the breath.
Oh.
So it's not, so itch will not become a distraction if we can really pay attention and explore that whole sensation. Because you have learned so much about that, and you are paying attention to that. You are seeing the, impermanence of the itch. You can see the whole sensation, and even the pain is like that. And you pay attention to that, and you try to identify the exact area that pain is coming from. You can start with the big area, and then you can slowly narrow it down and really see where the pain is coming from. And usually, we can even use at that time a loving kindness meditation, like wishing that whole area to open up and all the muscles to get blood and release. And you can make that wish, and then after a while, it will become something we can bear, and we can come back to the breath.
If still that pain is going on, then you can also very gently move your posture and
yes,
bring into a comfortable posture.
Definitely, Bhante.
Really hard.
Yeah, really hard. You can change the posture. Yeah. But then again, Bhante, even changing the posture become the part of the meditation. It's not like, we are like quickly changing,
okay.
So then that whole movement
Uh-huh.
become like a mindful walking, right?
Okay.
So whole movement, okay, you make a decision, but don't make the decision to change the posture at once. We first want to explore it. And then gradually, if even exploring is not going to help, pain, and then we can slowly change our leg, the position of the leg, and that whole movement we do it very gradually, step by step. And when you do little bit changes, like moving our leg a little bit, changing it, and when you do that, we can see all different sensations arising, and we explore all of them without rejecting any of them, without even liking any of them, but simply exploring that whole field of sensation. And we can slowly change the posture, change the position of the leg. And then after a while, we can come back to the breath.
And also, she mentioned that the mind is wandering.
Oh, yes. That's the most difficult one. I think.
And it is common.
It's very common. And if you have wandering thoughts, and don't be upset, and that shows that you are a healthy person, because the healthy brain.
Yeah, it's wandering.
Healthy brain creates thoughts. It's a neural habit. So it's common. We shouldn't be upset about that. But I think what we can do in meditation is it's like we don't try to stop thoughts. We have a misunderstanding that we want to stop thoughts. We can't stop thought. It's natural. It's a part of the the brain. Of course, our brain has taken millions of years to evolve to this level that it can produce thoughts.
Yeah.
So those can be so helpful, in our planning and everything.
That's how we are managing
our life,
Yeah.
But sometimes we think more than we need.
Yeah.
That's why we need, have some control. So in meditation,
in meditation, actually, the purpose of meditation is understanding
The mind.
mind,
Mind,
and
yeah.
understand the life
Life.
itself. Right?
Yes.
Mind and body, everything.
Yeah. So when we have chosen an object to pay attention, like breath or loving kindness, and then there could be thoughts like she just mentioned that you remember there's something she had to do next. Maybe she had to go for shopping, or maybe she has a appointment to meet with someone, right? So our mind can think about all these things. So what in meditation, what we can do, not to stop those thoughts from arising. Those thoughts will occur. That's natural. So we are not here to stop the thoughts, and that will occur. But we are here to stop the secondary thoughts we develop on the basis of initial thoughts. There's an interesting distinction between the initial automatic thought and the thoughts that we add with some kind of volitional. There's some personal involvement. For example,
we build a story.
A story, yeah. That is the part that actually we do. Even we don't see that. That's the part we want to stop. Okay, so we are paying attention to breath, and suddenly remember that 8 o'clock I'm supposed to give a call to someone. So that's normal. That's okay. So that thought can occur. So what we can do as a meditator, we can notice, we can acknowledge, a thought. So that is which we don't
directly recognize.
Yeah, step back and recognizing it as a thought.
Okay.
And then don't be upset about having that thought.
Okay.
It's okay. But then what we want to stop is that once we remember that I have to give a call to someone, and you have that thought, and then we think about, what I'm going to tell him. And you start the whole telephone conversation right here.
Right here.
That is not automatic. That is something that we do. With some involvement.
Okay.
That's the part we want to stop.
So you have to identify the first occurrence of your.
So yeah, that's automatic. It's not under our control. It's normal. It's okay. And then what? And we don't want to continue that along that line. So what, as a technique, what we can do, when you're paying attention to the breath, we will remember something. Anything will come to our mind, and we really need to in those times step back and notice it, acknowledge it. And one technique we can do, Bhante, we can tell in our mind, thoughts, a memory. When we do that, like acknowledgement, like even verbally saying in our mind, a thought, a memory, then our mind is doing something. Mind has a work, so it doesn't have time to develop secondary thoughts based on the initial thoughts.
Okay.
So that's the technique. So we'll have any thought, you quickly acknowledge, interesting, a thought. Just acknowledge it until the power of the thought is gone. A memory, and then power will be gone, and you can come back to the breath. So in meditation, we will remember so many things, but doesn't matter. Don't worry about the content. It may be you have to reply an email. You have to return a call, something which is really urgent, really important. But in meditation, nothing is important. In our 30 minutes, it's 15 minutes that you sit. We can attend to those things later. So don't worry about the content. Doesn't matter whatever
This time
you remember.
You have allocated only for meditation.
So whatever the thought, there's no importance. We shouldn't give any importance to thoughts. We simply notice that thoughts. Just say that, and then
Let it go. Okay, Bhante, I think we learned a lot today.
Yeah, we discussed a lot today.
And have you any ideas to
Any thoughts? Any
thoughts
sharing?
for this entire section?
I thought it was very helpful, and I really appreciate your detailed answer to my comments,
Yes.
because I think you really gave me some good techniques for each one of those three things. That's good.
Okay. So, Bhante, and today we basically discuss about how to prepare our body in the posture. And also we talk about the various types of meditation.
Yeah.
And also then we talk about just after in 3 minutes meditation, we talk about the challenges and how to overcome challenges.
Yeah.
So, and also still in your ongoing meditation, if you have any sort of difficulties, challenges, and then you can call. Can you call
Yeah,
Bhante
they
to
can
the
definitely
center
call
and,
us. They can
yeah,
email us
and email, and you
because
can,
they get an email
and
every week.
personally you if you want, you
Yeah.
can find a time and
You can
come and
ask.
discuss in the future.
Yeah.
Right now it's
Difficult.
little bit difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, they get emails every week, so they
So
can
they
write,
can
they can reply.
reply. Yes, Bhante. And so we had a very good session, Bhante. Thank you so much for.
Okay. So there's one question. Okay, we have one question from James about monkey mind. I think we give the answer for that. Okay, there's another suggestion by Linda saying that in future discussion they like to see a demonstration walking meditation and also 32 parts of the body. Thank you for the suggestion. We will plan to do those things later. Yes. And I think the James has a question also about the sounds. I think the technique is the same. Just like a thought occurs to us, we will acknowledge and we say thoughts, and then it will not develop a story in secondary thought. In the same way, whenever we hear a sound or honk, a child is shouting, whatever, and before we try to interpret the sound and develop thoughts about that, the phone ringing, yeah. And without try to make sense of it or interpret it, we say in our mind, oh, sounds. So I don't have to think about who is calling, right? sounds. And you just say it, the sounds will go on and you can come back to meditation. Same technique, yes. Yeah.
So Bhante, then we can wind up the session today.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Bhante, and giving such a wonderful, very valuable instructions for our meditation practitioners. And
Yes.
they have a very precious time today, I think. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for joining with us. And then we can have the next Thursday our regular meditation session with this knowledge. And Bhante, we can later time
in future time we can arrange
for the walking meditation and the 32 body parts, so and so forth. Okay, and can we do a short chanting, Bhante?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, particularly to end the session, we would like to do a blessing chant for all of you. And these days, we really want you to stay healthy and have a stronger immunity. So, we are going to do this chant, wishing all of you good health and stronger immunity, and also joy and peace in your mind. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be healthy, peaceful, and joyful. Sabbhetiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te. See you next Thursday.
See you.